Hi, friends. Host Eric, your host, talking with fan people, and look who's here with me. It's bright-eyed and bushy-tailed Rachel.
Mhm. Hi, everyone.
May I say, from this distance of several thousand miles, you seem fully recovered. You appear that way to me, anyway. I'm sure that there's some sort of humanity maz that they want to say linger on or something.
Yeah.
But do you feel fully recovered?
I feel great. I feel like I'm getting rest, which is the number one thing right now, after going through a lot of mental stuff. I find that over the years that after through something like that, sleep is probably the most important thing. And luckily, I'm afforded to do that. So I feel great. I feel really good.
Right on. It was rather dramatic into our living arrangements here. Uh,
Yeah.
how long do you think that was building up before it went full blast?
It wasn't. I don't think it.
A week?
I can't. Yeah, maybe, maybe.
That's a time frame I'm thinking too. A week at the furthest out, a week and a half. It's like
Yeah,
right, I mean, a day or two before your period was the earliest when it really things started to kind of yeah.
yeah, yep, yep. That's what I'm noticing as well. That it's around my period when it happens. So, I think it's definitely some sort of chemical thing,
Hmm.
most likely. I can't. I don't know, but I would say probably about a week. Yes.
Okay, so let me ask you the following question. Number one, which I suspect a lot of people would be curious to hear an answer for, like what happens inside of your brain? Like what does it feel like? What the hell's going on there?
It's total panic. I mean, it feels like my world is crumbling from within. So it's like everything I know, I question. So it's like, okay, so if I'm going to compare it to anything, there's this episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia where Charlie works in the mailroom and he's like looking for specific mail, but he he goes insane while he's in there by the routine of like what he's doing. Now, I'm not saying that I was going insane because of routine. I'm saying he goes like he's just like he turns into this conspiracy theorist by working in the mailroom, and his eyes go all bloodshot and just like nothing makes sense, but everything makes sense. He's trying to connect the dots, but none of the dots are actually connecting, and all of them are connecting at the same time. So it's like that. It's
And
like
I gone wild.
yeah.
Now, additionally, you there are large chunks of the experience that you don't remember.
Yeah.
In that regard, as I mentioned before, and I think conversations between us, but maybe on videos as well, I get confused as to where I said something. Where I don't mind repeating something as long as it's in different places each time. Uh, anyway, that I was struck by the relationship, or the similarity between that state of being and a blackout drunk, where you remember
Hmm.
little bits and pieces here and there, but there's not really anything in between. So,
Yeah.
what's like okay, so you because you don't really remember what the reasoning was, then it would lead to you to do meow or say meow or whatever, right? It's just kind of some of it you remember little bits of it.
I yeah, I mean, I embarrassingly remember bits and pieces of it. But I was in the shower today and I was thinking about how you're saying you were comparing it to being blackout drunk, and it is. It is. I'm not It is like I'm in a drunken haze where something else is controlling my mind,
Hmm.
not me. And it's like waking up the next day and not really knowing what happened at all. At all. You don't. You just don't.
Well, you say embarrassingly. Now, I certainly identify with that aspect of things, being drunk and remembering little chunks of like, oh my god, what did I do last night,
Uh,
kind of a thing. But the difference being, I chose to get drunk, and you are not at fault for that fugue state. It's like that you were genuinely crazy and not acting crazy, and not being a bitch,
no,
and not meh, meh,
no,
meh, became
no.
became shockingly, abundantly, undeniably obvious to me at a certain point. There's a huge difference between somebody, any of those other things I said, and actually like lost it. Like batshit crazy, right?
Yeah, you're right. I thank you for that because you're correct in stating that. It's not, I'm not acting. I'm not just,
Not at all. Not at all.
no, I'm not acting and I'm not like, it's not like I looked through your phone and I saw someone's number and all of a sudden I'm like, whoa!
No.
Like, because truthfully, if I looked through your phone and I saw someone's number, I would not react that way. I would probably be pissy, maybe.
You probably just
But I
asked
know
me.
myself.
You probably just asked me
I,
who it was.
yeah, I confront you. So it's not, I was totally out of my mind. I mean,
Yeah, you were.
yeah.
The thing
I mean,
is,
out.
it's. I gotta say, it was scary-ish, or more like um, upsetting. It was very upsetting to me. The whole thing was very upsetting because it literally was upsetting everything. Like all of my expectations, thoughts, plans, whatever, were all being just thrown up in the air, and like it was a tower card. It was a tower card in a nutshell, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yep. Which happens to be
but what's
one
it?
of my cards.
But what's the takeaway from this experience about the tower card? The tower card is the right hand man of the death card. If you're gonna release some shit, you need to throw it all up in the air, and we'll see what lands. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. That's the fucking truth. I
and it was
mean, it
so good
really
for
is.
us. I think. I mean, we've discussed it
It
before.
was.
What are your thoughts on it?
No, I agree with you completely. It was really good for us. I've never come out of one of these states without having people leave me behind, and you did not do that at all. You stuck with me the whole time. You actually changed your own personal state of being to try and figure out what was going on instead of being like, "Whoa, I'm out." Like, and that is invaluable. Like, I and you're right when you said I attacked everything around you. I didn't attack you.
Right. It was something I didn't notice exactly at first, but gradually I realized increasingly like she and I are still good. She still trusts me. We're safe. She's not
Yeah.
necessarily going to be agreeable. She's not necessarily going to obey in any sense. In fact, she, in any given occasion, if I ask her to do something, no matter how sweetly, it's as likely to cause her to not do it as it is to do it. But the thing is, I still trusted you when you were gone, that you were only so gone. That you were still you in some sense. I didn't worry for my safety, for example, or worry for other people's safety, or worry for your safety. Really, I worried for your safety, like that you would get yourself lost, or shit like that,
Yeah.
but not that you would hurt yourself. Um, and we still have periodically semi-lucid conversations. Like
Yeah.
I'd say, okay, well, we got to get you admitted, right? And and you'd be like, I'd say, why, right? I can't take you home right now. And you'd be like, I know. Oh, you had like this moment of
Uh,
realization.
uh,
It was it was cool. It was cool and super intimate and like deep, and real.
yeah.
It was so real.
Yeah. Yeah. definitely real, that's for sure. You know, I have to say, I think living with each other for 3 months so intensely and intimately really helped that.
Yeah.
Be- because I learned to trust you. I came out there trusting you pretty much. I'm not gonna lie, I did. Of course, I had my questions because I'm like, am I crazy? Like,
But
am
you had to stomp on it to see if it was actually reliable a few times, which is
right?
understandable. I had to stomp on your shit a few times to see if it was actually reliable.
True.
It wasn't,
Yeah.
but before you went and jumped off the deep end, you and I had resolved all those basic questions. Like, we both realized, okay, I'm safe. I don't need to, I stopped worrying about you. I'm not worried about you cheating or anything. We actually had a conversation before we started the camera about you not having any weed connects in New York, and you there being a couple people you could in theory contact. One of them though would be an ex boyfriend, and the other one would you're like, well, you probably try to get on me, and
Yeah.
and then I was like, all sort of fretful for a second. And you assured me that no, that you hadn't gotten on him before or anything. It's just that's just how we dealers are or something. Um,
It's really, really not a great thing. Sucks.
but it sounds as though that's something you've always been able to successfully fight off, at least in the past. Uh,
Hmm.
the reason I bring it up now, sort of, is that I'm not worried at all about you straying, cheating, anything like that. And I'm confident you're not worried about me doing it either because we both understand what's important to us is the security we give each other in our statuses as well as you know, the compatibility, all that stuff is great, and that's what allows us to be so secure in our statuses. But what ultimately gives us both a sense, I hope, of satisfaction and fulfillment is knowing that the question of who you're going to be with is resolved.
Yeah, and when I want to get turned down, I think of you. So
Thank you, baby. You're a wonderful
you're
human being.
welcome. You're
Speaking
welcome.
so kindly in this fashion, you know, um, obviously, for me, it's score. Obviously, as they kept telling me, or asking me as we went around to these medical places, I heard it at least 3 times. I think. Okay, is she your daughter? No, she's not my daughter. Okay.
Oh, I am not. I am not. You'd been 14, right?
Yep, I would have been 14 when I had you if you were my daughter. But the thing is, despite the fact that that's a little bit like, ay, do I have to always say this? Despite the fact that it's a little bit like that, what it really indicates is the fact that obviously it's one of the wonderful ancillary benefits of being with somebody who's younger than you, 34-year-old woman who 34, but you fuck like you're 29, okay, baby?
Thank you, baby. It's reserved for you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And likewise, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I fucking hope so.
So, I want to take a moment also to thank everybody and then ask for something else. I want to thank everybody for their support, moral support, breaking that
Yeah.
card. Rachel, you said you read the
Yes.
card?
I read the card. Thank you so much. I was actually going to make my own video. I still think I'm going to, thanking everyone. It means a lot. To know that people who don't even know me in person still have compassion for me. I mean, thank you so much.
GWFP is full of great people, you know?
Great people,
Really
great
good
people,
people.
really good people who you're not just, watching for entertainment. Like, you actually really care. And that is from the bottom of my heart means so much. I really thank you so much. I I love the messages and the poems and the kind words.
Okay, now, here's the asking part. I'm going to make this following request. if you are a Talking to Famous People viewer who lives in the New York area and has a weed connect or is a weed connect that will not try to get on Rachel, please text me or call me. My number is 626-615-8751. I can PayPal you funds and try to arrange the logistics so that she can get some weed because she's dry and she has no way of getting any weed.
Yeah,
So I would like to
true.
facilitate that if possible. Um, any last words before we wrap this video up? I think it's a great sort of wrap up video for our. This is the first time everyone's seen you back, basically.
Yeah, true. No, I want everyone to know, thank you so much for not judging me too harshly. Um, and for
Nobody's
your
judging you.
patience.
Um,
It's true.
Also, I want to throw
No.
an update. To mention to everybody, we're no longer going to Reno. We are going. I'm going to New York.
Yeah, I'm
Uh,
excited.
yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Gonna be.
Here's the thing: my dad really wants me to wait until the 6th to book my flight, and the reason is
Okay.
because on the 6th, the place that my mom's going into from the middle of January till the middle of February, um, they have their like admittance process, and they're gonna come do an evaluation on her. And if she passes, then she gets to go there. And if she's too much of a hassle or something, I guess they
Mm.
say no. But I'm very sure, in fact, not just confident, very sure that yes, they're going to take her because the reason ultimately boils down to this: she's in the memory care center, which is the highest priced thing there. You have to pay the most for that. He's paying like $11,000 for 1 month of care, and at the end of the day, she's not difficult. She just screams a little bit when you move her, and so
Right.
it's like there's no fucking way in hell they're not going to accept her.
No, they're gonna accept her. I mean, they're gonna accept her. If she was violent, if she was like a puncher or like a biter or something like that. But even then, like it's hospice, right?
I'm telling you, if you somehow get hurt by my mother hitting you, which she does sometimes slap or whatever, getting hurt by my mother, my 83-year-old decrepit mother, then you are incredibly fragile.
Yeah.
You need to be in
She
hospice care.
yeah, she's your mom is fine. So, is that February 6th or January 6th?
Oh, the January 6th. He wants me to wait
Okay.
until after January 6th to book my flight.
Yeah,
And
let's do that.
I'm going to do so because I'm thinking, well, he said, and it's probably good fact that if when I go to book it, that I should book it leaving in the middle of the week, returning in the middle of the week, like leave on a Wednesday, come back on a Tuesday maybe, um,
Mhm.
because that's the cheapest flights. And then I'm figuring if I go do his way, then a decent chance he'll probably end up just booking me a hotel with his points, and I won't have to
True.
pay for it.
That's great. And he's probably right. Also, I mean, not many people are going to be traveling to New York around that time because the holidays are over and it's pretty cold in the city. So,
You know who the big
yeah, that
loser in all of this is? Do you know who the big loser in all this is?
whew,
Reno, Nevada.
Reno is the biggest loser in all of this, but I'm not giving up on Reno. We'll be there one day.
Okay, because they were gonna they had their hopes all set for a big several talking with famous people videos featuring Reno, the biggest little city.
Yeah.
They're heartbroken. They're
It's true.
disappointed.
They are. They are. And
They-
I was gonna try and do a Lieutenant Dangle and like wear those shorts and stuff, like
mm,
from Reno, not Reno 911. But
well, you know what? We never really got to appreciate because I misplaced them during the proper part of the holiday season. Was your Santa's Little Helper pants that we
I
got you?
know.
Those are so adorable on you.
Thank you.
Okay, well, anyway, all the news that fits print here from Lake Wobegon, as Garrison Keeler once said before he was revealed to be a sexual predator. Uh,
We know that you're my sexual predator.
Thanks, baby. You're mine
You're
too.
welcome. Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
and I'm wearing this ring so that people don't mess with me.
all right, good. You're. I should have bought you a ring before we left. Before you left, you're my permissible vanilla.
Oh, and my forbidden chocolate.
Thanks, baby. And you at home, you guys at home, you guys are my unregulated flavor mixture. Okay.
That is pretty damn crazy. That's a good compliment.
That's a good compliment for everybody at home. Thanks for watching.
Mhm.
Don't forget to eat plenty of cheese.